Now the Killer 7 is a magnum that I rarely use. Yes, it is more powerful than the Broken Butterfly. 100%, it is. But I love the Broken Butterfly, so I guess I'm being biased, I guess.
Black Power motherfucker.
Greetings, everybody. Hackers done earlier. Great, say a little black to the channel. Right now we're going black to another Resident Evil 4 video. Sort of, kind of. So what we're gonna be doing is the Resident Evil 4 weapons tier list. Now, Griff Gang, I'm pretty sure you guys know by now that I am a big fan of Resident Evil 4, which, by the way, you guys have shown me a lot of love on those previous videos. Thank you guys so very much. God bless you guys. You guys are making this channel where you guys are taking this channel off. It's crazy. But what I decided to do, I was actually saving this video for my 2K celebration, but I decided to go ahead and do it now because we're getting really close to it. And this video was actually given to me as an idea on one of my live streams to do this video. So a very good idea, by the way, and I didn't even know this existed. So we're going to be ranking, at least my opinion, on the best weapons to the worst weapons of Resident Evil 4. Now, I have my personal opinion of which one's the best one. A lot of you may not agree, but we're gonna go in order on these. We're gonna go in order. So the first weapon here, we have the Blacktail. Now, the Blacktail, of course, is a weapon that is a pistol that has superior handling. It shoots, the firing rate is faster than the other three pistols, well, than the other two pistols. So, but the thing is, I rarely use the Blacktail, and I'm not gonna lie, I think it's very ammo consumption, or consumptive, if that's a word. It uses a lot of ammo because you're just firing. And I think a lot of people that like the Blacktail probably aren't taking accurate shots with the Blacktail because of the fire rate. But other than that, that's really it. You can aim faster with, well, not necessarily aim faster with it, but you can move faster with it. And of course, if you are a veteran of Resident Evil 4, you kind of probably don't need that. So in my opinion, I'm not gonna lie, the Blacktail goes into a D for me. When it comes to damage and everything, it definitely does not compare. I'm comparing it to the other pistols. It definitely doesn't compare to the Red 9. It doesn't compare to the Silver Ghost. It doesn't compare to the Punisher, in my personal opinion. Even fully upgraded, at least that I've noticed, is mainly just the handling and the firing rate. But that's really it. So the Blacktail is a no-go for me when it comes to that weapon, period. I'm not a big fan of it at all. I think the last time I used it, I think was on the GameCube. So I don't touch that weapon. Even though that's Ada's gun, she can keep it. So other than that, that's about it on that one. So I'm not gonna beat a dead horse on that. I don't think the Blacktail is all that, to be honest. The Broken Butterfly, now this right here, this was my baby. Now fully up, now I know the Killer 7 is definitely more powerful. I get it. I know, guys. I know it is. But to be real with you, fully upgraded, not only that, it has a bad A reload. Okay, you know, Leon does a, you know what I'm saying? Like, Leon kills that reload. He kills it. And not only that, the merchant gives you a great little speech. I see you have an eye for things. Guns not just about shooting. It's about reloading. You'll know what I'm talking about. Like, come on, you don't get that with the Killer 7. So I'm sorry, the Broken Butterfly is gonna be an S for me, baby. That's my favorite. That's no, like, legit. If I had a mod to get infinite ammo or something like that, I would be running with this all the time. This weapon is literally my favorite weapon in the entire game. Okay, Broken Butterfly. And not only that, you can actually get it for free, you know, with the help of Ashley. Okay, so now we're about to go into the frags. Okay, now the flashbang, the frag grenade, and then the incendiary. So the flashbang, to be honest, the flashbang is actually very helpful when you have a large group of enemies, you name it. But the beauty about the flashbang is I don't remember the seconds, but like when you flash these guys, they are stunned for quite a while, a really long time. So with that, and not only that, when you have the Las Plagas and the sprouts and everything come out of their heads, this puppy is very helpful. So because of the flashbang, because of that, I'm gonna put this puppy at an A tier. I'm putting that puppy at an A tier because it's very helpful. But the thing about the flashbang is that you don't get a lot of it. They're very scarce. You don't get a lot of it. Of course, if you don't have to use it a lot, then you're gonna package a lot of it. But the flashbang is one of these grenades here that I get the least. I get the frag grenade a good amount of times, and I get the incendiary. I find these a good amount of times, but I rarely find these, and that's why I want to put it in an A tier, not an S tier, is because if there's a buttload of consumption to this, then I'll probably put it in an S tier. But because, in my opinion, it drops less for me compared to these two, I'm putting it at 8 because it's very helpful. But the thing about it is that it's a rare find, at least for me, that I've experienced. So I'm putting that at an A tier. Still great, it's very powerful, it stuns the enemy, it's great. Just because of how much it drops or how much you can find of it, That's why it's going in A. So I also want to keep that into account as well. Now the frag is gonna be on the same tier boat on that. And I'm not gonna lie, the reason why it's going on an A tier for me, I'm not gonna lie, instead of an S, the range of this puppy. Now, at first I was going to say when you throw it, now I know in a real life situation, I've thrown frags before. In a real life situation, the time for it to detonate is about, I wanna say 5 to 7 seconds. In Resident Evil, this is a video game environment. It shouldn't take that long, okay? But there's like a good amount of bounces that it does before it finally blows up. And the range on this puppy is not very good. I think not too long ago, I did a stream, I threw one at it and I hit the enemies behind homie, but not the one that was like right here in my face. And I thought I threw it pretty close. I'll give it that. It'll damage the enemy heavily. Just the range on that puppy is not it. You can get plenty of them. You can get plenty of them. I won't say that's not the reason why it's in A tier. You get plenty of, why it's not S tier. You'll get plenty of these frags. You'll get plenty of them. It's just the range on them. It's just the range on them. It's not enough. It's not enough for me. It's not. Come on. It's got me out of some situations. Got me out of some, but nah. I can't do the frag at an S. But it's still a great frag. I'm saying it's still good. Just the range on it. That's the reason why it's not S. Now this puppy right here. The incendiary, and I think the reason why I get the incendiary the most, or at least why I have a buttload of them in my attaché case, is because I don't use them. They're not effective to me. Like even in a big group situation, I still sometimes don't throw them. Now I can appreciate that as soon as you throw them, they immediately detonate. I can appreciate that. So because of that, I'm gonna put it in a B. I'm gonna put it in a B. If there's a large group of enemies and you throw it, as soon as it hits the ground, it's initiated or incendiated, if that's a word, you know? So I'll give it that. But the problem with the incendiary is that for some enemies, it doesn't kill them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. I rarely kill the enemies with my incendiary grenades. It just burns them and then they fall. And I may maybe, in a large group, I may kill maybe 1, maybe 2. But after that, it's a wrap. So that's another reason. It's kind of weak as a grenade. But I give it a B is because it detonates like that. Same thing with the flash. Same thing with that flashbang too. It detonates like that too. The frag is the one that takes a little bit. I'm not saying that as soon as you throw the flag, it should explode. No, I'm not saying that. It should be a little bit less seconds. But regardless of that, that's why I'm gonna give the incendiary a B. Like I said, I barely use it. I rarely. It's weak. But I give it that extra leg up is because, like, hey, if you need something right there in the punch, it detonates as soon as it hits the floor. So I'll give the frag grenade, the incendiary grenade, that. I'll give it that leg up there. Okay, now next, the Silver Ghost, Leon's custom pistol. Now, for a while, I thought this was a very weak. Now, you also got to think here. Now, you could be asking me, like, hey, Gryphon, are you judging these based on when it's fully upgraded, or when it's bought, outright? And thinking about it, that's actually a very good question. I'm probably gonna be grading these as if you just buy them right there in the first get-go. In that case, everything of these still stand. At least, like I said, at least for me, I've been successful at least when it comes to that. Now, this puppy right here, this pistol is not a pistol to be messed with. It's actually a really good pistol. Even just out of the box, it guides Leon very successfully. However, like I said, we're not doing it fully upgradable. If fully upgradable, this puppy's a powerhouse. But when you first buy it, it's just your normal pistol. So because of that, it's your starting pistol, it's your normal pistol. I'm not gonna disrespect it. I'm gonna give the Silver Ghost a B. I'm gonna give a Silver Ghost a B. It's a great pistol, don't get me wrong, but starting out, it'll guide Leon enough. At least for me, I always go for the Punisher. It guides me up to a point where I can get the Punisher, then I can go ahead and get rid of it. Other than that, I'm cool with it. But fully upgraded, I think it increases like headshots to like 5 times or something like that. So it does great damage when it's fully upgraded. Don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on it fully upgraded. I'll gladly have that in my arsenal. But just starting out, I'll give it a B tier because it guides you just far enough to where you can get your Punisher if you do want that, or your Black Tail if you do like that. Or if you do like the Silver Ghost as your main puppy, then it's gonna get you very far, of course, because you can upgrade it pretty quick after you see the merchant in 1-2. Next weapon, the Killer 7. The Killer 7. Now, the Killer 7 is a magnum that I rarely use. Yes, it is more powerful than the Broken Butterfly. 100%, it is. But I love the Broken Butterfly, so I guess I'm being biased, I guess. I know, like I said, I'm judging this by like how it is, when you first have it out the box. Now, I'm not saying that just as stats that you can read on paper. Of course, on paper, the Killer 7 is gonna easily beat this baby. I know it is. But it's just, what's worked out for me and what I like the most. Because of how powerful the Killer 7 is, even though I don't use it as much, I'm gonna give it its respects. I'm gonna give it that A tier. I'm I'm gonna give it that A tier, the Killer 7. The one thing that gets me about the Killer 7 that I still trying to get used to is that the laser is on the top, right? So you got these pistols, all these weapons, all that stuff like that. A lot of the red laser is on the very bottom, or as the broken butterfly, it's on the side. I think it's on this left side. This puppy right here is on the top. So it kind of messes with me a little bit that when I aim, I'm aiming at the, like if I'm aiming at, you know, the Ganado's head or anything like that, I notice my muzzle is, you know, still a little bit below it. So I don't know, yeah, I know, Griff, just follow the laser. I get it, guys. It's just because it's on top, it fucks with my equilibrium up a little bit. so yeah, I have to give the Killer 7 an A, mainly because that laser's on the top. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think they could have just, maybe, I understand, maybe if they put the laser on the bottom, it'll just look like another pistol. I get it, I guess that's what they were going for. But like I said, great weapon, not hating on it. It's just that laser on the top kind of funks me a little bit, so I do rarely use it. Now the Matilda. Now, of course, this is basically Leon's RPD weapon attached with this whole puppy right here. You get a 3-round burst. I'm not gonna lie, not a big fan of it. It's going D tier for me. The 3-round burst, and the merchant even said it. An awesome choice, stranger. It's got a 3-round rapid fire capability, although it uses up ammo rather quickly. Merchant already tells you that. So, and it does. It does. At that point, it's like the blacktail, just faster firing rate, but 3-round burst, you're gonna use up ammo rather quickly. Don't get me wrong. Resident Evil 4 is very generous with their ammo, at least their handgun ammo. But the Matilda burns through that puppy, so it busts its load way too quickly. So I'm not, it's a D tier for me. I never use it. When I unlock it, cool. I don't care. I'm sorry. If you like the Matilda, hey, respects. I do not like that weapon. It's a stupid weapon. What I'm be real with you. I hate the Matilda. I like the name. That's cool. It gave it a cool name. Other than that, you're not getting anything else from me. So it's going D tier hard. The next weapon, the Mine Thrower. Now this is a weapon that I rarely use as well. I barely use this. I don't even run into any ammo with this weapon. That's how much I don't use it. No ammo pops up for it for me. So I don't even use it, but I will give it its respects that it is powerful because it is a good explosive. But the biggest downfall of that, the detonate time for this puppy takes a really long while, even longer than the frag grenade. Like you shoot it, it's like beep, 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 beep. It takes too long. So because of that, it's not gonna go D tier because it is powerful, but because of that time for it to get set off, I'm giving it a C. It's going to a C tier for me. Like I said, it's powerful, it's a good explosive weapon, it just takes a while. Like if you're shooting at a Ganado and a group of them, that's probably the best time you're gonna use it, or a powerful enemy. While you're shooting at them, you have to avoid that enemy before it explodes. And you don't wanna use the mine thrower and shoot it, change over to your pistol or something like that and shoot at the enemy. At that point, what if the enemy dies when you're shooting him, right? And your pistol kills him, but then at that point, then the mine thrower finally goes off. Then you just wasted that. So, you know, so that's another thing as well because of that time. So it's gonna be a C for me on that. Next weapon, the Punisher. My favorite pistol. So the Punisher for me, Punisher's my baby. I love the way it looks. I love that it's free when you do the medallion, you know, submission. That's like definitely the top reason why I love this weapon. The second reason is because when you shoot it, it sounds piercing, right? It sounds very piercing. Like it has that type of sound. And of course you can shoot through 2 enemies at once. And then when you fully upgrade it, 5 enemies? Like, come on. Now don't get me wrong. This is an S tier for me. Like I said, it's probably because I'm biased. Fine, funk it, I'll take it. But there is a reason, well, I don't, hold on now. Like I said, I probably could be biased, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Even though this is my favorite pistol, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put Homeboy at A. I'm gonna put Homeboy at A because there is a downfall that I see, and it literally happened on my previous stream. I was on the island, and you know the part where the little, you know, that big ball that, you know, is trying to hit the door and everything back and forth before you go to the bulldozer scene, right? This weapon did fail me, and it's not the weapon's fault. It's my fault. My aim was good for the enemy. Ashley was being carried away, but the direction that I hit it, I shot the enemy that was like right in front of me, right? Because there was another Ganado. So there was Ashley, another Ganado, and then me. Well, the enemy holding Ashley, carrying Ashley away, then the Ganado, and then myself. I was shooting at the Ganado that was in front of me to try to, you know, get Ashley, but I ended up shooting through the enemy, and the aim was just right for me to hit Ashley that was on the homeboy's back. And that was the downfall of this weapon, because one shot, of course, to Ashley, then she's a wrap. So that cost me one of my one of my deaths in that one. I accidentally killed Ashley with it. So with this weapon, I give it an A tier, even though it is my favorite. That is this downfall that you do have to be careful where you're shooting at, especially if Ashley is getting carried away. I was gonna put, like I said, I put it at S tier for a little bit, but because I thought of that downfall and I thought of that last stream, I had to be realistic here. It's a great freaking weapon, man. It's great. It's my favorite pistol of all of these, including the Red 9. But that is its downfall. That is its downfall. And I'm always gonna use the Punisher. I love the way it looks, I love the way it sounds, and I love that it's free. But that downfall of that, and I love the fact that you can shoot through multiple enemies, but if you're not careful, you can hit Ashley by mistake, especially if Ganados are in your way. So that is his downfall for that. However, that's why I'm giving it an A. I think that's fair. Now next, the Red 9. I think almost everyone that I speak to, the Red 9 is their favorite. Now don't get me wrong, it's a great weapon. This is not my favorite. However, because of how powerful it is, even right outside the box, it's going in S tier. It is a powerful pistol. I think it's actually the most powerful pistol of all the pistol lines here. And I want to say fully upgraded, this right here and this right here are probably, I think, the top two most powerful. I do know fully upgraded, this is like 1 point something. This is 1 point something, like a little bit up there. And I think this right here, I think is 1.9. I could be wrong, guys, but it's up there. It's up there. I mean, I could just look it up, but fully upgraded, this puppy packs a punch. But I never use it. But because it is powerful, number-wise, of course, I'm gonna give it to respect. It's an S tier weapon. It is. But of course, this is my baby. The Red 9 is a great pistol, definitely the #1 pistol that a lot of people use. And we all know it's in the Resident Evil 4 remake, so we ain't gotta worry about that. But you know, this baby's my favorite. And I know the Punisher's in there as well. So I already know in my playthrough, I'm gonna be rocking this. Now this 100% easy. It's just rifle semi-auto. So I'm immediately gonna put it up here. Immediately. Super powerful rifle. Like, guys, my playthroughs, I usually always use the Punisher, a certain shotgun that will go over, and then this baby right here. Those are the only weapons that I need in the entire game, and I got the game beat. But this puppy, like, one shot, headshot, 9 times out of 10 is gonna get him. Also, when it's fully upgradable, the firing rate is freaking amazing, but the firepower on this puppy packs a punch on this. You don't need any, I swear. And the thing is, rifle ammo is also scarce in the game, rightfully so, just because of how powerful this puppy is. I don't want to beat a dead horse on this weapon. Rifle semi-auto, definitely better than this next one right here, which is just named rifle. Not gonna lie. I'm putting this at C. I'm not gonna say D because it is a powerful rifle. The main thing that gets me is the firing rate. Now, don't get me wrong, like when you fire this puppy when it's starting out, it's fair. The reason why is because this puppy is a bolt action. You fire, you know what I'm saying? So that takes up a little bit of time. Whereas this, you can do. Now, don't get me wrong, it does take a little bit to shoot it. It does take a little bit to shoot again. But eventually you can upgrade it to, you know, firing speed to be like that. This is set. It's a bolt action. You can't help it. So like, no, it kind of leaves you in some danger when it comes to that. Like you shoot like that, whereas you shoot this one right here, you can immediately stop aiming and switch to your next weapon. You can keep it going. You're faster with this. But it's that bolt action that got me. That's why I'm putting it at C. So I never use this. I think the last time I touched this was GameCube as well. Now this right here, the riot gun. The riot gun is my favorite shotty. If it was my list, now this is my list, don't get me wrong, my voice just cracked. With this being my list, I would love to put it up here. I would love to put it, absolutely love to put the riot gun in an S tier. It's gonna go A though. And the reason why it's gonna go A is because the firing rate compared to another shotgun, okay? I think the max ammo that it can hold, I think is 12 fully upgraded. The superior handling also makes it a lot better. However, in all my playthroughs, don't get me wrong, I hold these two in my attaché case every time. It doesn't go away. But it's going A because of the firing rate, because there is a shotgun that has a faster firing rate and more ammo capacity. You guys already know what it is. However, we're not gonna go to that shotgun just yet. But that's the reason why it's an A tier, in my personal opinion. There is a better shotgun. Now the RPG, that's an automatic S. Now, I get it. It's only one round. I get it, but we all know that it's a rocket launcher. Let's be realistic. You use it, it's a wrap. Now, of course, if you have the infinite one, then you can keep doing it. But the reason why is literally because almost every enemy in the game is a one-hitter quitter with this puppy. With this puppy, we are Dr. Salvador. We are Chief Mendez with a certain move. We are the U3. We are Jack Krauser. We are Sadler. We are Salazar. We are the Verdugo. We are everything in this freaking game with this puppy right here. Everything you can think of. We are more powerful than that. This is a one-hitter quitter for everything. If you battle the U3, use this rocket launcher, then you go up to homie in his second form, and then you knife him, and then he's a wrap. So this is a one-hitter quitter still, basically. Of course, freaking Salazar, one-hitter quitter. Chief Mendez, of course, in his second form, when he's like swinging and ish like that, one-shotty right here, bro. Like the rocket launcher is an easy S. I'm not gonna debate it with y'all. If y'all say, well, it's a one-shotty, well, of course it's a one-shotty, but because of that one shot, if you hit your target, the target's dead. It's a one-hitter quitter, man. The only downfall of the RPG is that if you're too close, you're gonna get hit. Because in Resident Evil 2, you know, if you have the infinite launcher, you can hit it anywhere, you're good. But come on, it's a rocket launcher. You're supposed to probably take some damage if you're close. So yeah, easy S tier rocket launcher. I'm not gonna continue on that, but we already know. Now, the base shotgun, I'm gonna give his due respect because this puppy saves us from Dr. Salvador in the beginning. I'm gonna give it that B tier for that. Okay, it's definitely not an A. Definitely not A because it's not superior handling. There's more. You can carry more rounds in here. Of course, if you just look at it, this one looks cool. If you looks much better than this, it's your base shotgun. But I'm gonna give it its due respect and put it in B tier because it's the very next weapon we can earn in the game, and it's a good match for Dr. Salvador that saves us from that. You know, of course, especially if you're first time playing, you see that shotgun, you're like, oh, bet, let's get it. You know, so I give the shotgun its due respect. Is that B? But aiming it is slow, less ammo capacity compared to the riot gun. The handling on this is slower than this. You know, compared to this, yeah, no, it's B tier. Striker, easy S. Though I don't pick it up. Now I know some of y'all may ask us, well, why are you making these guns S tier if you don't even use them? The main weapons that I use on here is this puppy. Well, I haven't recently picked up in my recent gameplays because I don't need it, but I do love it. It's my favorite weapon in the entire game. But I do carry always this, and if I'm about to come up on a boss, I always pick this up. I can easily just one cheese it. But I don't use this and I don't use this. But I gotta give this respect that this is the most powerful pistol, and I gotta give this respect that this is his most powerful shotgun. Aiming it is also really fast because Leon doesn't like aim up like that. He just aims like that, like he's with the TMP, which is also the next weapon that I'm gonna go over as well. This puppy right here is a powerful shotgun, even better than the riot gun. It absolutely is. It can hold a lot of freaking shells. Almost every stream, I've had that one person ask me, why don't I use this? And I always ask him, it's mainly because I love the riot gun. Riot gun's my baby. And not only that, I gotta give it respect. It's also less space consuming than this. This takes a good amount of space, whereas this takes significantly less. You know, so I do got to give it that respect of that easy S tier for the striker. I give the striker its massive respect, but I'm always going to use the riot gun. The riot gun's always been my baby. That's been the same day since GameCube. I'm not going to switch over. But if I ever want to switch and use the striker on a playthrough, it ain't gonna bug me. Then cool. And not only that, it'll save you a lot of room with shotgun ammo because it can carry so much. Last weapon, the T to the M to the P. Another weapon that I don't use as much. It's a gun that I really don't need, but because it is an automatic, and of course because it's automatic, yes, of course it's ammo consuming, don't get me wrong. And of course there is a stock for it that you can actually aim up instead of aiming down with it. I'll give the TMP that respect. But because of that TMP and because of the stock that comes with it, and the gun is no slouch. It does some damage, you know, when fully upgraded. And you do get plenty of ammo for it. They drop plenty of ammo for it in the game. I'm giving it a B tier. I'm giving it a B tier weapon. Definitely not A compared to this right here. It's just an automatic weapon. It's not crowd control like this puppy here or anything like that, or where you can pierce through right here. Definitely not as powerful as this, right here. Okay. I should put the Killer 7 in S tier because let me do that, guys. I'm sorry. Let me give the Killer 7 its respect. It's more powerful Magnum than this puppy right here, and I gotta put you, Broken, but I gotta put you down here, man. I'm sorry. My apologies, guys. I was switching. I was being biased for a little bit, but I know someone in the comments is gonna be like, well, the Broken Butterfly is powerful than the Killer 7. Then why is the Killer 7 in A tier? Sorry, guys. I know you guys are gonna. I'm not saying I'm influenced by y'all or anything like that, but I gotta be real. I gotta be real. Like this is the weapons, in my opinion, of what's more powerful and what are my reasons for it. However, I don't use this, I don't use this, I use this, I use this, and I don't use this. I use this, I use this, I do use this, sometimes in my playthroughs. It's just I don't really need it. But I do use this and I do use this. I don't use this, I don't use this, don't use this, don't use that, don't use that. And you know what I'm saying? Like these are like, it's weird how this tier list is for me, but if you guys see my playthrough, you guys will realize, you guys will look at it like, well, he uses almost everything in A tier. That's because I know the weapons that I use are not the most powerful weapon in the game. I know that. However, as many times I've beaten this game, I don't need these up here to beat it. This is just to get through the freaking funkers, but I can do a run without using this. You know, the only enemy that will give me an issue without this is Verdugo, because he's fast. His shell is hardened. You know what I'm saying? There's only so many canisters that you can freeze him with. You know, so before, like, you just have to just bite the bullet and dodge them and get away from him until the elevator comes up. So you have very limited time with that. So that's why. But like I said, this is in the S tier. This yeah. TMP, just your basic automatic weapon. Plenty of ammo capacity. I think fully upgraded. I think the max capacity is 200. I want to say. So you get plenty of ammo. I'll give it that respect. You get plenty of ammo, and plenty of TMP ammo does drop for you throughout the game. But it's just your basic automatic weapon that you really don't need. Now this does come in handy in the Navistadors when there's a gang of them, because when they're flying, they're a one-hitter quitter. So it's good for that. When there's a multiple of them flying, you can literally just spray them. So I'll give it that respect as well. So the TMP earns my respect on that. But like I said, I don't use it. I just suffer through the Navistadors and just run past them. But yeah, right there, big Resident Evil 4 fan. But this is my tier list for this, and I base this on like which weapons really are more powerful, at least that I've experienced. And of course, it's like, you know, like I said, out of the box, you know, out of the box type of stuff. I don't like the Blacktail. It's mainly a faster firing rate, superior handling. Other than that, when it comes to power or anything like that, I don't think it compares to the Punisher, nor the regular pistol that Leon has, and definitely nothing against the Red 9. So it's gonna stay in D. Matilda, very ammo consuming weapon, 3-round burst. I don't know who likes 3-round bursts. So no, it's gonna be D, easy D. I'll give the respect for the rifle being in C tier because it is sort of powerful rifle. It's just that bolt action kills it for me. I need to be able to shoot again. In real life, 100% bolt action is legit, but it's just, it leaves you open. Mine thrower, powerful weapon. It just takes too long to detonate. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. Just your basic automatic weapon, TMP, great weapon. I'll give it that max ammo 200. If you, of course, when you upgrade it up, the stock, of course, has Leon aiming up a little bit, so you're not aiming down a little bit. It helps with aim. Plus, it makes you, aim it faster and even move around it much faster as well. So I'll give the TMP a lot. It definitely helps against the Navistadors, especially when they're flying. Your base shotgun, powerful shotty, good crowd control, especially in the village area. Ammo capacity compared to the riot gun and its handling is slower. That's why it's gonna stay in B for me, but I give it respect because it is powerful. Leon's pistol, the Silver Ghost, is no slouch. Not a slouch at all. So, fully upgradable, five time headshot. Great pistol, but out of the box, just starting out, is just your basic pistol. You know what I'm saying? So, but I give it its respect, but that's why I'm not gonna put it in D tier or anything like that. I still think this puppy is much better than the Blacktail. Incendiary grenade, I leave it in B because I give it that respect that as soon as you throw it, as soon as it hits the ground, detonates. However, it's hard to kill an enemy with this puppy. I rarely do. I still do, but it's like maybe like 1 or 2, and then that's it. Everyone else just gets burned, and then that's about it. So it's gonna stay in B tier. But what's saving it from going into C tier is because it detonates as soon as it hits the ground. Riot gun, ammo capacity compared to this puppy right here. Superior handling, great crowd control, especially in the castle and island area. I'll give it riot gun its respect because of those right there. Punisher, my favorite pistol in the game, but I have to give his due respect that there is the biggest downfall of that is, of course, if you're trying to save Ashley, you got to make sure you know where the hell you are aiming at because it'll pierce through enemies and can even hit Ashley at the correct angle, which happened to me in my last stream. Broken Butterfly, my favorite weapon of all in this entire game. I love using it because I mainly love how it's reloaded, but Magnum ammos are very scarce in the game. But I give it an A tier because it does not match to the Killer 7. So I give it the A tier, okay? Frag grenade. Powerful grenade, very helpful in crowd control. It just takes a hot little second for that puppy to detonate. I'm not gonna beat a dirt horse on that on the frag grenade here. Flashbang, my favorite of these two right here because one, it kills the Las Plagas like that. They flash and they stun enemies really cool. Like they flash stun enemies for a very, very, very long time. But what puts it in an A instead of an S, the drop for it, at least for me, doesn't show up as much as these two for me. So that's why I'm giving it an A tier. it may be a bogus reason, but that's why I'm gonna give it an A tier. Now, if it showed up plenty, then yeah, I would definitely go an S, 100%. Like Capcom's being generous. But For the S tiers, the best weapons in the game, in my opinion, you got the striker. Faster aiming, handling is not bad at all. You can hold a lot of freaking shells in here, and plus it takes up less room than the riot gun. Not only that, because of how many shells it can carry in here, you probably won't be having a lot of shotgun ammo boxes in your case, which will also save you some room as well. And of course, as soon as you get like a shotgun ammo box, you're probably gonna just take out your striker and just go ahead and reload that puppy, so you can just throw that box away, save an extra 2 slots for like a herb or something. Easy way to cheese the game. One-hitter quitter for almost all freaking enemies. The price is not very expensive. I think it's 10,000. It's not. I don't think it's 100. I think it's 100K. I think not very expensive. You can definitely get it, no problem, especially if you're good with your money in the game. One-hitter quitter for literally almost everything in the game. This baby here doesn't even compare. Well, actually, I'm sorry. This doesn't even compare to what this puppy can do. Especially when you have that extra scope, you don't really need it. But like one shot for a lot of easy headshots on this baby. Easy firing rate is like that compared to this. It's not a bolt action, so you're immediately already locked in the target. You can shoot, wait a little bit, shoot again. You have to have to like a bolt action or anything like that. And as soon as you shoot it, you can immediately stop aiming down your sight and switch to the next weapon. Whereas here, you have to go through the animation of the bolt action. So it gives it a leg up on that as well. So very powerful sniper. Red 9, the most powerful pistol out of the Punisher, the Silver Ghost, the Blacktail, and if you want to add the Matilda into that as well, then you can add into that. But the Red 9, very powerful pistol. I don't use it, but I gotta give its due respect. It is the most powerful pistol in the game, and it'll definitely help you in the long run, of course. And plus, the way the reload for it, it's actually pretty cool. You have like the whole stack of rounds. You just slide in that puppy, Leon just like that, and it reloads just no problem like that. So I give it that due respect as well. It has a cool little reload system too. But the Red 9, most powerful pistol. Last but not least, we got the Killer 7, most powerful magnum in the game. 100%, definitely a lot more powerful than the Broken Butterfly, but the Broken Butterfly is my favorite, mainly because of the reloading, and I love how it looks. It looks like an actual magnum, where this looks like just another pistol with a laser on top. However, first I said I put it in A tiers because of the laser that's on top. But being realistic here, if that didn't bother me, then yeah, of course, absolutely, of course. But still, out of the box when you first get it, yes, it's more powerful than the Broken Butterfly, man. Like, come on, it's like, and plus it's a faster reload than this, you know. So let's be real here. We got to look at it from all angles. But looking at this tier list, I think this is a very good tier list. And of course, I looked at other people's tier lists and everything as well, and you can definitely tell that it's just weapons that they definitely love using the most of and everything like that. I think I put my tier list as what I think the most powerful weapons are that'll get you in great situations, and just comparing it to others. Now, this is my weapons tier list right here for what I think the most powerful weapon is, you know, out of the box, and best way to complete the game when it comes to certain these weapons. You don't need these right here. Like, they're my personal opinion. If I had to choose, Punisher, Broken Butterfly would easily be an S tier because those are my freaking babies. Riot Gun will also be an S tier. Like, these three right here would be an S tier for me easily. The Strike would be an A tier because I don't use it. The Killer 7 would be an A tier because I don't use it. The Red 9 would be in B tier because I definitely don't freaking use it. But because of how powerful they are, I have to be fair. Okay, I have to be fair. This is my list of the best weapons in RE4, of course. But I mean, but if you play FPS games, are you gonna always use the meta, as they call it? Maybe if you're playing Battle Royale and stuff like that. But no, when I play multiplayer, I use the weapons that I do love, enjoy to use. That'll give me better recoil, better handling, etc. That makes me play the best. Okay, and these three weapons right here, plus this right here, makes me play the best. In reality, it's really only 1, 2, and 3 that I use. I don't really need this or that or anything like that. You know, I don't really need that. But by all means, I use those. In my playthrough, I really only need 1, 2, 3. That's it, and I can beat the game. So, but that's my puppy. Now I know there's some missing. We have the PRL 412. That's missing. That would easily go into easy S tier because not only does it kill the Las Plagas completely easily, but if you just tap the trigger button, it flashes them. That's a free flashbang for one. And not only that, if there's treasures around, you can just hold, fully charge it, and then it'll aim at the other treasures that are in the area. So you can easily find treasures that you didn't know was there, or ammo, or like, you know, snakes, birds' nests, stuff like that. Boxes, easily, you know. So the PRL 412 would easily go easy S tier, and the hand cannon, which is the hardest weapon to unlock, S tier as well. That I think, actually if you count the hand cannon as a magnum, which I definitely do, most powerful magnum. But the base weapons, of course, yeah, this is the most powerful magnum. Hand cannon, which is the most difficult weapon to unlock, is the most powerful magnum, of course, compared to this and the Broken Butterfly. So yes, hand cannon would easily be an easy S tier as well. If I could unlock the hand cannon, that'd be the gun I would use the most. But yes, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this tier list. I hope you guys can, if you guys want to discuss this with me in the comments and everything, and like, and you can probably tell me, yeah, your tier list sucks. This weapon is better. This weapon is better. Oh, that weapon is, if you have fully upgraded, the numbers will say this, will say that. I get it, guys. It's subjective. I know. I'm not gonna apologize for this tier list, but I'm just saying this is how I looked at it. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys at least enjoyed it, at least from a big Resident Evil 4 fan like myself. And if you guys are other fans as well, as a heck, let me know in the comments on what your weapon is. You know, I see a lot of people are probably gonna say the Red 9 is their favorite. I always hear that and I always see that in comments as well. I barely hear anybody talk about the Punisher. I don't hear a lot of people talk about the Blacktail either. At the same time, like, let me know your tier list. Let me know what weapons you like and everything. Like, this is Resident Evil. I want to keep these conversations going for the Resident Evil 4 remake coming up. Some of these weapons are going to be in the game, because I know the Punisher's in the game. I know the rocket launcher, of course, is in the game. Leon, of course, has his, you know, his regular pistol, of course, in the game, and we know the Red 9 is in the game, of course. So we know that some weapons are going to make a return. All right, everybody, I'm gonna cut it right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Make sure you guys dab up that like button, subscribe, and only GGGryphon. This is GGGryphon signing off. I'm trying to be silent, humble, professional. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care.